Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Nobah and our webinar today will be about the tomotherapy treatment planning system. So we'll be sharing some tips about the the tomotherapy treatment planning system in our competition. But I will start in the beginning to talk about some introduction. So the agenda for today's webinar will be, I'll be talking about in the first 15 minutes about the planned competition and some updates. And then Dimitro Sinchak will talk about his own plan because he's one of the top planners in our radiotherapy competition. So as a quality specifier, especially in radiotherapy, for any plan that we planners are doing, we need to have the lowest normal tissue complication and at the same time the highest tumor control probability. To get the highest tumor control probability, we need to have two things: dose homogeneity inside the target as well as dose conformity, so that the target is only receiving this amount of prescribed dose. Now, on the other hand, as a quality specifier, to get the lowest possible normal tissue complication, we need to have also dose conformity to make sure that the target is only receiving the target is only, or the tumor is receiving the prescribed dose, not the normal tissue surrounding it, and as well as we are trying to spare as much as possible the organ at risk surrounding the tumor. In order to get a very high quality plan, we need to have two main factors. The first one is the personal skill for the planner. The second is the TPS understanding. So if the planner is understanding the system deeply and in details and the planner knows all kind of parameters exactly and what's the function of every parameter, and also the planner has developed his own planning skills when it comes to the geometry of the fields, the optimization numbers, the contouring. So all these kind of things are so important. In case we group these two things, the planner has a very good skill as well as has a very good TPS understanding. If they both were together in a planner, surely the planner will have a high quality plan and will be able to generate high quality plan in timely fashion. Now, in radiotherapy, the clinical criteria are mostly achieved, but still the plan quality varies. Now, planners differ in skills, treatment planning, understanding, experience, etc. This causes the plan quality to differ from planner to the other. Now, how can we unify the quality of plans in more objective approach? And is there a way to stimulate planners worldwide to reach the maximum of their capability? The answer of this question, the last question, is through a plan competition. In the plan competition, we are trying to reach we are trying to show the treatment plan, the planners worldwide to reach to the maximum of their own treatment planning system, and also reach the maximum of their own capability through putting them in a challenge. Now, for the plan competition as a concept, so we share with a specific date in the year, we share a data set package that will include a CT images as well as contour CT structures and also general objectives for our competition. We will share it with the planners worldwide, and then they will download, and the time or the clock starts. Okay, and then the planners will do the plan within like 2 or 3 weeks. It depends on the time that we dedicate for that. And then when they are done, they will submit their plans to our website, and we will take these plans, we will evaluate them, and we will select the best plans. And then this best plan, these best plans per treatment planning system will be shared with planners worldwide through such a live webinar that we are having right now. And also we will prepare documents to share with planners, and they will use these these guidelines or tips and tricks from the best planners to try to replan the actual plan that was in the competition, in order to see whether they could improve or not. I'll be talking about this follow-up in the coming slides. So this is a competition cycle. So as I said, planners need to register. So the planners worldwide, they need to be in our mailing list, so that when our competition will start, they will be notified, and then they will download the data set package, they will plan, they will upload their plan, and then we will evaluate it, and then we will announce the top planners, and then live webinars will take place. There will be a document, as I said, and then after this document is prepared by the best planners worldwide per treatment planning system, planners will be using this document in order to replan the same plan case. And then based on, they have already submitted their own plan, but this follow-up plan will be based on the directions or guidelines or guidance of this document that we are preparing and we are selecting from the top planner. Now, in this presentation, I'll be talking quickly about statistics and some case description, and then we'll move on to Dimitrios' presentation. Now, when we announced the competition, within 2 weeks, I think we reached close to 400 people, and the number from 55 countries. We have close now to 210 submitted plans, and up to this moment, I'm still receiving plans to be submitted. We are in July now. Still, some people are sending these plans for me to be submitted, so that they would like to see their own performance, because they may not have time to plan this case, because they were busy during clinical responsibilities. So this is why they are still up to this moment sending me some plans to be evaluated. This shows how eager and how keen people are interested in such an activity. The number now reached 650 or even close to 700 people on our mailing list. This is a great achievement. Within 6 months, we are talking about 700 people, and I'm sure in our 2017 plan competition, I think numbers may reach 1,000 or even more. In our first competition, participants were from different countries, close to 40 from Saudi Arabia, 60 from India, 50 from France, close to 40 from the States, and other countries as well. And this is the statistics. And from treatment planning system, the majority of the planners were using Eclipse treatment planning system, some Tomotherapy, some RayStation, some Monaco, some Pinnacle, and so forth. Now, activities so far, we have Eclipse treatment planning system webinar, we have Monaco treatment planning system webinar, as well as Pinnacle. Today we are having the Tomotherapy webinar. Now, when you visit our website, you will see some updates in our website, and if we move down, scroll down, there is evaluation responses. We have received close to 165 or 66 forms submitted from planners, and we would like to know their feedback about our first competition. So what happened is that we collected all these feedbacks, and we improved we improved our next competition workflow, I would say. So and we included all the feedback of the planners, of the ones who submitted the evaluation forms into our next competition. So I'm going to share with you some of these responses. So the first question was, how did you hear about the competition? Close to 43% talked about that they knew about it from colleagues. So this is why we would really appreciate you sharing this competition with others, so that, as you can see from colleagues, close to 43% knew about this competition. I tried my best to share it with everyone through LinkedIn, through medical physics communities, but no matter what I did, colleagues actually, so this is why the professional network is showing that it's the best way to share the competition. So please share this with your colleagues. Now the second question is, do you feel that such a competition was beneficial and improved your planning skill? Close to 95% said yes. And even though it was very tough, planners could achieve such high scores like 95 or 98 or even above 90. So no matter how difficult the case was, planners knew how to push their system and to push themselves to the limit in order to achieve high scores. And this actually, when they faced a tough case, they needed to work around their own and use their system to the max, and this pushed them to understand their system deeper. Now, what site you suggest to be selected for our next competition? Like close to 70% like prefer to have head and neck case. So this is why the decision has been made in our 2017 plan competition. So it will be head and neck case. What is the time? So this is another thing that I've had many debates from people. Some people are saying 2 weeks is enough for the plan competition as a period, as deadline. Others, so this is why we took during our survey, we decided to have it 3 weeks. So this considered to be an average. It's a little bit longer than what is expected or clinically relevant, but because we understand that planners worldwide, there may be either on leave, some of them, or some of them may be under pressure, under a lot of, they have a very heavy load in their clinical duty. So this is why we would like to make it on like in between. So 3 weeks, I think this is the decision that has been made for the next competition. So 3 weeks will be the time for planning. Now, would you recommend this competition to your colleagues? So about close to 99% people said yes. And we're really so happy for that we have from our first edition of this competition that we could reach 99%. And for this 1%, we're trying, we would like to hear from you, your feedback, to tell us how can we improve it and why you think that we did not meet your satisfactory level, so that we will improve for the next competition. Now the case description, as you most of you know, that it was a left breast case, and the PTV prescribed dose was 50 gray and 25 fractions. We were trying to follow RTOG criteria. That's a little bit squeezed, and we allowed the 3D CRT, IMRT, and VMAT. Our next competition will focus on IMRT and VMAT, and we will try to select different cases for 3D CRT, because it's not, for breast cases it's considered to be something close to like nowadays most people are using 3D CRT for breast. So this is why I allowed the 3D CRT technique to participate, and we have really great results from the 3D CRT that even some IMRT planners could not achieve. So, but in our next competition only, we will have a 3D, we will have a 3D separated from the IMRT and VMAT. We will try to dedicate and initiate also competitions only for 3D CRT, like for CNS or other cases. Now, general criteria were shared, like a number of fields, ice centers, energies, and the grid, those calculation grid, for example, should be 3 millimeter, and other requirements. But it is very important to know that it's not only it's not only important to generate high quality plan. It's very important also to generate deliverable plan. Okay, so this means that when it comes to treatment time, as well as it should be cleared from collision or so. So this is why, and actually the top plans that submitted, all of them, I would say 95% of them, were very clinical and very practical, and the beam on time was really within, like some of them, I would say 50 or 60 or 70% of the top plans, they were or even 80% actually, they were close to like between 3 minutes and 5 minutes. So top plans, very high score plans. Some people may say it's not practical, it's very ideal, but when it comes to beam on time, you could reach something 3 minutes and 4 minutes. So this shows you the importance of the planners to have the highest skills possible, because we have two planners, one planner that using the same treatment planning system, two planners are using the same planning system, but one can achieve very high quality plan, the other cannot. The one who cannot achieve high quality plan may say that it's the treatment planning system limitation. But when you see another planner from another side of the world that could achieve using the same treatment planning system high score, this means that the planners need to share their knowledge in order to improve. And this is what we are doing in this competition. Sharing the knowledge is the most important thing in our competition. And this is why we are having Dimitro, for example, today, and we have other panelists from other treatment planning system, that they share their knowledge in order for other planners who are using the same planning system to learn more about their treatment planning system and be able to achieve better quality. And the challenging criteria we have some criteria that's related to DVH, some conformity index, some homogeneity index, as well as the organ at risk when it comes to heart, left lung, and others. Now, how to get started? The most important things that we need to know from every treatment planning system, that the first thing is that the contouring, we need to know exactly how to contour the organ at risk, how to contour vertical structure, how to contour the structure, the target itself, if it's SIB, if it's not. So we need to have a deep understanding of our structures that we are having. I'm talking about the target, PTV, as well as the organ at risk, and where are these organ at risk located with respect to the target. Because if I understood this, I will have a clear idea in my mind how much I can push the organ at risk to spare it as much as possible. If I'm not understanding how close they are to the target, I may put some optimization objectives that does not make any sense, and I cannot achieve a good plan because simply I put some numbers that does not make any sense. So contouring, field geometry, as well as optimization objectives, all of them should be connected together in order to be inserted in the treatment planning system to process it, and then good inputs will lead to good outputs. So how planners could achieve such high quality plan in their left breast challenge, this left breast case? So let's find out with Dimitro, and he will share with us his plan, because he used a tomotherapy plan. And to tell you something, Dimitro scored in the actual plan competition close to 84.7, I think, in his plan. When I requested from him to do this, to be a panelist, he actually did he replanned actually, and to show me that he even can achieve better, and his new score was 88.7. So this shows you how people, they never accept the high quality they achieve, they keep looking for the better. So he spent close, I don't know how long he spent in order to give this new plan, which is 88.7, very high score. So I would like to thank Dimitro for having for accepting my invitation, and I will ask him to start now his presentation. So I'm making you a presenter, Dimitro. You can start now. Dimitro, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't. Okay. I need to do some adjustments.
No problem. Take your time.
Okay, everything is okay. Hello. Hello, my name is Dmitro. I'm from Ukraine, and today I will tell you how I did my plan on tomotherapy planning system. So let's begin from what is tomotherapy and what differs tomotherapy from other treatment delivery systems. So what is different is beam geometry and also the way how the dose is delivered to the target. So now we have 6 MV fan beam. So here we have fan beam. We have 3 jaw options. And also we have 64 leaves binary collimator. You can see its photo here. So its leaves either open or close. And the leaf width at isocenter is 0.65 centimeters. And our system has 2 delivery regimes. One of them is helical and another one is direct. What is helical? Helical delivery regime is when gantry rotates continuously with a constant rate and the couch moves in superior direction at the same time. Also, there is a direct regime when we have from 2 to 12 static directions and the couch continuously moves in superior direction for each direction separately. I decided to make my plan in helical regime because it gives more freedom, more space. But usually direct regime is used in our clinic for breast planning. So tomotherapy planning is also is always IMRT, and the objective function consists of 2 functions, one for target and one for organ at risks. So here you can see that every impact from every target that we have, from every row, from every structure, is divided by its volume, and the smaller volume we can control, the better. So let's go. Also, one very important thing is blocking. So there are 3 types of blocking for critical structures. When critical structure is not blocked at all, directional blocking and complete blocking. So here you can see that when structure is directionally blocked, only those beams go through it that first went through the target. And complete blocking prohibits any beam directions that come through the structure. So how I did my first plan? Some time before competition, I read this article, but I used it a little bit later. So you can read about this using this link here in the bottom, how the authors of this article, they propose to make plans. So we need to find the point in the middle of the curvature of the breast, and then to make this line that touches the contour of the PTV, and then to make margin of 5 to 10 degrees, and to make directional block structure. This will prohibit all beams from this side to go from the right side of the body. But creating of this structure is very time cumbersome, and this type of planning for me works only for PTV breast, and during planning I still needed to use some additional structures which I created in Tomotherapy planning system. Contouring in Tomotherapy planning system is very poor, but we have MIM software for contouring, and there I created additional structures and additional contours that I use. So, DMIN1 and DMIN2. What are these contours? So, DMIN1 is a small margin 0.5 centimeter around PTV, and I use it to create a steep gradient around the target. And DMIN2 is 2.5, maybe 3 centimeter margin around the PTV to avoid high doses in body, but close to target. So another additional contours and how I created them. So let's begin from breast right block. Breast right block, I just added 3 millimeter margin outer ring, and I put it completely blocked to prevent beams to go through the right breast. Then I created a 3 centimeter margin around my target, around the PTV, and that part of the heart that didn't cross-sectioned with this structure, I put it completely blocked and named it hard block. The other part I named hard plan, and this is the part where I made my optimization. So for lung block I did the same, so here is 3 centimeter margin. This structure is lung left plan. This is the structure where I made optimization, and the structure DMIN lung left is a part of the lung where I tried to prevent maximum doses for the lung. So here you can see that I also created lung right block, and this structure right lung block was completely blocked, and it was maybe 5 slices in inferior direction from PTV supraclavicular, because when PTV supraclavicular emerges, it leads to some dose inhomogeneities, I would say, like that. So here I made special structure lung left top to control dose directly in this region. Also I created two avoidances. Here I created this avoidance to prevent the system to put a lot of dose in this direction, because I knew that it will do this, and also this one too, because when PTV supraclavicular emerges, the system will try to put a lot of dose in this direction. So lung right is, lung right, this part, it is directionally blocked. So beams can't go from this side, but they can go from this side. And also spinal cord is completely, is directionally blocked, sorry. So how do, okay, these structures I created already in the treatment planning system. So block is a structure in the inferior part of the body made as a prolongation of the blocked region. I made it to just force the system to plan in the same way as it did a little bit more in the top of the body. And this PTV mean is a small part of the PTV, because I knew that here I will have underdosage. So just to force the system to put here more dose, I created this structure. So what are my optimization parameters? Calculation grid was set to fine, which gives us the best resolution for calculation. Field width was set to 2.5 centimeters, because we use for tumors to 10 centimeters, we use 1 centimeter field size. From 10 centimeters to 25 centimeters, we use 2.5 centimeter field size, and for tumors longer than 25 centimeters, we use 5 centimeter field size. So modulation factor was set to 3.5. I usually begin my calculation from this number, and in this case I ended with this number. So pitch was set according to this article 0.197. So pitch is what part of the beam width table goes for one direction, for one rotation of the gantry. So these are my starting parameters. What can I say about them? So for my PTVs, for my targets, usually I set everything importance 40, max dose, importance 30, max dose 30, and min dose penalty also 30. Max dose I put always the prescribed dose. DVH volume I start from 50. DVH dose I start from prescribed dose, and min dose I also start with prescribed dose. Then for completely blocked structures, I use importance 1 because we can't do anything in these structures. We already blocked them, so we do not need to optimize those in that volumes. But for directionally blocked structures, I put some importance, and I put very high max dose penalties. For example, for spinal cord, I needed to achieve the dose less than 8 gray, so I try to do this. So, and this is what I set for my structures where I performed planning. Also, these are my first results after maybe 50 iterations. So it's not quite impressive, but here you can see this hard plan. We have 3 points on the DVH which we use for calculations. So 1 point I usually put for small doses and large volumes. Another point I usually put for middle dose and somewhere in the middle of the volume. And also I mostly have 1 point for my calculations in the region with the high doses. So on my first stage of planning, I protect organs and risk. I try to find out what can the planning system propose to me, and so I'm trying to do my best, all I can, while my PTV coverage decreases. So next, on another step of my optimization, I just put every importance, max dose penalty and min dose penalty 300s. So after this, I wait for maybe 30 iterations, and I see what happens. And then when I have some problems or something that I want to do, I just increase the penalties. So here is the middle of optimization. For normalization, I used PTV breast, and you see that here I already put at 75% of volume to get 50 gray. You need to do the, actually I usually do it step by step. So on the first step I put 75, next I put 85, next I put 95, and then I see what I have to change here in this max dose penalty and here in this minimum dose penalty. And I do this in steps, in the beginning in steps maybe 100, but then I increase the step. So here also you shouldn't forget about your structures, because when you escalate the dose in your tumor, the DVH of your critical structures will go up. So you need to control this all the time. When you see that something goes wrong, you just put a lot of penalty. So this is the middle of the optimization. So you see here much better coverage. So here also much better coverage, but histogram is not so good as it was. So my final restrictions. So here I put 96% to really achieve 95 in the end. I really had problems with maximum. So here you can see such high numbers like 6,000. Also, I wanted to prevent spinal cord from maximum dose. So here you can see I put 4,000 for maximum dose penalty. Also, I tried to reduce the dose around the PTV, so here I also put high max dose penalties. And let's see what I got. So here, this is my final histogram. And this is after full dose calculation, and this is my most final histogram. So what can we see here? That let's see more CT images with dose distribution. So this is the bottom, and now we go upper and we go more upper, and here we see that my maximum dose in the PTV supraclavicular, because here I actually should to create the highest gradient in my lung, in the lung. So these are histograms from my first plan and from my new plan. So here you can see that this is my first plan, and this is my new plan, solid line new plan, and this is the table of my results. So we can see that I really worked on my on the lung left. So here I had 13 and a half, and here I have 10.85. So I can tell you then, when I created my first plan, I saw that I couldn't achieve better. But then when I created my second plan, I understood that you shouldn't stop, you should try, and you can read, ask your friends, ask your colleagues, and I can tell this that to create such a great competition was a very good idea, and it forces people to achieve better results. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dimitro, for such informative talk. It's really impressive. And what I really liked about it is that you are thinking, and this is what should planners worldwide do. You are thinking as if you have the radiation source, but you can see exactly the angles that the radiation should enter the body. Because when you do that, as if you are understanding the case deeply, you added a few contours to avoid especially the contour that you said it's in the medial part of the PTV, the small one, you knew that this is the most difficult area that the target will be underdosed, because if you want to irradiate it, you need to come tangentially, but if you can tangentially, you will be irradiating the contralateral breast. So you added a contour there and you push the system hard. And also you added another organ, another virtual structure that's in the mid of the patient almost, that you are expecting the radiation to come from anterior beam, but you don't want to radiate that area. So this shows you guys how different planners can think in a totally different way when they are tested to do a single plan. So this is why such webinars can be really very useful for planners to think in a very different way. The way how Dimitro used to select how to divide the organ at risk, some to be completely blocked, some directional block, and how he uses even different optimization objectives. So thank you very much, Dimitro, for this presentation. But I have one question from one of the attendees. I think he or she is asking, why did you choose to begin with DVH volume 50? Is the question clear?
Yes, yes, I understand. Because we have in our department we have a little bit different, let's say, prescribed tumor coverage. So and when you in the middle of the DVH, you can push it in the same way on the top and from the bottom. So this is so on the DVH. I will open DVH.
So I think here maybe when you talk about 50%, as if you are controlling the mean dose of the target, right?
Yes, first of all, I want to create a steep dose, and this dose should be homogeneous, so I can push from this side and also I can push from this side. So when I push from both of these sides, I will create this, like, what I want, the steep dose. And then after I create this steep dose, only then I begin to normalize.
Yeah.
Because the normalization is performed using your DVH. So if I would if I would start to do this from this point without creating the steep dose, then it would move histogram from here to here, and we would have such a long tail, and all my optimization, all what I did, it would break it.
Yeah.
So it would have to start from the beginning. So this is the way how I do. This is the way how I think. If someone can achieve better results when he starts to plan from prescribed prescription, I don't know, he can do this, but this is the way, this is, how can I say?
Okay. Thank you very much, Dimitro. So I will continue now. I really appreciate your time, Dimitro, for being with us and for the great presentation that you have just made. I will conclude just within the coming 5 minutes with my presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, as a conclusion, so I will start with some announcement that I think most of you knows that our competition now is shared and posted on the IAEA website, Human Health Campus Medical Physics main page. This shows that it has really a great echo worldwide, and it's really increasing by time. And also I shared a Dropbox folder that already sent for all participants that include the PDF format of all webinars and also best plan templates. And also there is your follow-up questions. So in case you have any questions here on this webinar or even others, you can please fill the survey right after the webinar and or contact me. You send me an email with your questions and I will forward them to the experts. And then the next webinar will be the race station TPS. That will be 3 days from now. The link of the webinar will be shared today, end of today. The follow-up replan will be in August 14th, 2016. So after close to a month from now, there will be a replan or a follow-up replan. So in this follow-up replan, so the competition dataset package, in case you would like to have it from now, you can contact me, send me an email, and I will add you to our mailing list, and you can download it. And after we prepare, the main goal of this follow-up is that you can find out yourself how much you have improved in this after this plan competition. Suppose that you scored, let's say, 60 out of 100, and then after you took this document that we will prepare and share it with you, and you will use the guidelines of the top planners, we will ask you to replan and see what will be your score. And this how we can have a quantitative measure of how much you improved your quality, your planning quality. And then for the follow-up planning tips document per TPS will be shared with you soon, hopefully in the first week of August. Questions need to be related to the left breast plan. So we will share, we will send for you to every participant, everyone, our mailing list, this Google document that we would like you to put your questions to this Google document, and we will share it with experts. They will answer it, we will compile it, and then send you the final document. Now these questions, we would really like to know that to insist on the fact that we would like these questions to be focusing on the left breast plan, not general questions. But even though if you have any general question, we will try our best also to answer it for you. And please, when you receive this link, try to answer the questions. Try not to answer the questions in the Google document, because this Google document is giving you directions on which question which field you may have questions in. I'm not trying to have your answers on this Google document. I'm trying to remind you in aspects that you may have some questions about. So this is why try to add your own questions. At the end, this is like we have a WhatsApp competition group that in case you are interested to join this group, you can send a message to me, to the administrator of this group. And in case you would like to be added to our mailing list, please send an email to me, and I will add you to our mailing list, and you will be notified in any future activity of this competition. I would like to really thank you all for attending this presentation, and would like really, we will appreciate much if you can share this competition with your colleagues, and hopefully our next competition will reach thousands. And thank you very much for attending this webinar. Have a good day, guys.